not that way. He slaughtered the animals because something's wrong with the genetics. That's because those things have the ability to jump the genetic train, the natural order of things. You ever read the book of Leviticus that you're not to wear garments of diverse kinds? You can't wear cotton and linen and wool and stuff together. You've got to wear everything the same. That when you plow your field, you're not to plant hybrids in there and mix them up. I don't care what Monsanto says and Dow and all the rest of them. You know what he says in there? You don't put cotton and corn together. You ever hear this? You ever hear of this statement? It's in Job there. He makes a statement similar to this where he says, birds of a feather flock together. Have you ever seen a flock of geese flying with a flock of canaries? Isn't that strange? You ever seen a bunch of cardinals and stuff together flying with or in a flock of doves? You might see them at a feeder or something, but you don't see them flocking together in the sense of them traveling together. You know what? There's a good spiritual teaching in that. I don't know why it is, but people that are disgruntled, they always find the disgruntled people. It's a spirit connected to it. It beats the fire out of the internet. They don't even know the person, but they run into people, or the devil fixed the thing where all of a sudden the phone call rings and the next thing you know, the conversation comes up and they're talking about this one being disgruntled with that one. I had an incident not long ago where somebody said, preacher's, he's kind of funny about Faceplant and all that other kind of stuff. It ain't no big deal. And he made his own personal feelings about the thing known, not knowing that the guy he's talking to's got some real problems with that. And now as a result of his advice, that man and woman are having major problems and they are just on the verge of headed to the courtroom and getting a divorce because the guy couldn't control. That preacher, he gets crazy about all that Facebook stuff and all that. And this fella happened to call the other fella and say, well, what do you think? I think preachers, Now, I'm sure the guy didn't mean nothing by it. I'm for you making your choices. I don't care what you do. But he didn't know anything about what's going on in the guy's life. You better be careful about that advice. You give advice, it can damn somebody. I'd be better to say, well, do whatever the Lord tells you to do and leave it at that instead of you're bitter about it or you feel guilty about it. I don't care if you got Faceplant or not. It don't make no difference to me. So why don't you have it? You know why I don't have it? I probably can't control it. I'd be sitting in there all the time thinking I had to respond to everybody that asked a question about something, or I'd be crying over getting, more dislikes than likes. Isn't there a thing at the bottom that says like me or something? I couldn't take the pressure of, I don't like you. I'd be like, why? Why don't you like me? What did I ever do to you? Every now and then, Sam gets the stuff that come in through the internet there, and I said, don't send me them negative ones, man. It breaks my heart. I'm sorry. Why were you upset about that and all that? You think I'm thicker skinned than that. I'm not. It bothers me. And so that's probably why I guess I'm not as strong as some of you spiritually. Y'all got time to do that and do your Bible study and pray and have a walk with the Lord. I just can't do that. I'm not spiritual. I can't handle it. Now, I'm sure y'all can. That's a blessing. I'm glad. Y'all are, ambidextrous and multi-talented. You can do more than one thing at a time. I have a hard time chewing gum and walking at the same time. So I got to simplify life. I'd be sitting there the whole time. If that thing was set up to ding every time it went off, I'd be like, who's saying what about me now? You kind of get this idea that you're really important. I don't think I could handle it. I have a hard enough time with email. And those are people that are writing me that I know. I can't imagine, putting yourself out there. Do you like me or not? Circle yes.